Which of these two is actually great for hair growth? Let's find out.
We are diving deep into it, comparing cactus to aloe vera on every level possible. Because we want to use the very best for our hair. We'll look at advantages and disadvantages of each, comparing nutritional value, when to use which one is the best detangler, which one facilitates better hair growth, and which one is easier to prepare, which one gives the best gel, and this one may actually surprise you because it did surprise me. All of that will be discussed right here. So we're starting with the preparation of cactus gel, and to do that we just remove the edges because the gel is right there. The white part you see, that's where we're getting our gel from. You absolutely do not have to do this. I just feel like whenever I peel the skin off, I have much better access to the gel itself. Most people I've seen use cactus do not do this at all, and that's totally fine. They would rather just go in and remove the spiky little thorns on top of each dot. The thorns on this one were really small and smooth, so I literally just wiped it off with a cloth. Now I'm just removing the whole peel. And I do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Again, you don't have to do this part.
Let's now check for the gel consistency. Almost nothing there.
The first thing you'll notice is that you will not be able to see the cactus gel right away. But this is the exact opposite when it comes to aloe vera gel. Be mindful of the yellow gel because that causes itching, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But this one is much clearer. Back to the tuna plant. I like to cut them down into smaller pieces, and for this process I'm not using a blender at all, either for the aloe vera or the cactus itself. So you can see the gel nicely without any interference, because it will be hard to appreciate the gel thickness if we use the blender, especially for my friend aloe vera. Let's now transfer all of that to a bottle, and you can note down this one difference in preparation. I add hot water to the cactus leaves. This is how I get the thick gel. However, doing this to aloe vera will give you water, not gel. You will have to wait over an hour to see any gel from the cactus, and this is where aloe vera comes to shine, because the gel is instant. So I set a timer to see how much time we need to get the gel consistency that we need, because this is what we're dealing with currently. I give it a little shake just to make sure everything is well immersed, and then we can come back tomorrow and check on it. Good morning! Let's see what we have 14 hours later. Alright, so the water has changed color and the leaves are not as green anymore. So let's open them up and see. Do we now have the gel consistency that we need? Was 14 hours enough? Do we need more time? Do we need less time? We've already seen aloe vera shine for a couple of times. Now it's time to give a chance to cactus. Let's open them up and check that gel consistency.
And let's look at the gel consistency 14 hours later.
Not bad at all. Another thing to keep in mind when using cactus is the amount of water you use is going to determine how thick the gel is going to be. So too much water is not good. Let's now talk about the nutrients contained in cactus and aloe vera in comparison. Since we're all here to find out what is best for our hair growth, cactus contains vitamins A, B, and E, which have anti-inflammatory properties, and these vitamins are also contained in aloe vera. It also contains stearic acid and palmitic acid, which are not present in aloe vera, and their job is to stimulate cell production. That way we can grow new hair strands. Aloe vera, on the other hand, contains folic acid and vitamin B12 that keeps the hair from falling out. Now here's the same cactus gel if left to infuse for 2 days straight. The gel has gotten even thicker. It now takes a while to sieve through. So the longer you let your cactus gel infuse, the thicker your gel is going to be. And this would work great with things like rosemary or clove, anything that needs you to infuse in it. That way you have a gel consistency together with your other treatments. Which is the exact opposite when it comes to aloe vera, because the gel consistency with aloe vera doesn't get thicker with time, it gets thinner. It becomes more watery. Another obvious thing to point out is that the aloe vera leaves are actually much more smaller than the cactus leaves, so you would need more of this than you would need cactus. Also, aloe vera can make your scalp a little bit itchy, but that's only going to last about 30 seconds and that's it. Let's also talk about flaking, the little white patches we get on our scalp after using aloe vera. Now, I've used aloe vera for a long time, and this is not something that happens every time I use it. It's only happened about 2 or 3 times for me. But it can be uncomfortable. So if you want to avoid that totally, Cactus gel is a better option for you because I've never experienced any flaking while using Cactus gel. When it comes to preparation, I don't find one harder to prepare than the other. You've seen the process, so you can decide for yourselves. One thing I would say for sure though is that all this gel consistency you're seeing that's literally making the gel flow out as I pick it up like an idiot is not going to be there if you decide to use a blender. And that's perfectly fine if you do not need to use it as a detangler, but if you're not new here, I use aloe vera as a detangler all the time. So the thickness of the gel is quite important to me, especially with the fuzzy hair that I have. And another nutrient contained in aloe vera is vitamin C. It is also said to have enzymes that help reduce grease in your hair by breaking down fats and stripping the hair of any extra oils. It's also said to help stop an itchy scalp that is caused by a pH imbalance. So while it can actually cause itchiness the first few seconds, it can actually help you get rid of an itchy scalp. Isn't that ironic? Let's now check out the gel consistency 2 days later. Can you see how watery it's become? But the gel consistency is not lost, it's just a lot less thicker than it was 2 days ago. Let's move on to application and see how best each of these work. This is what my hair looked like a year ago while using Cactus gel. It was much fuller then. And this is footage of me using Cactus back then. On the left, I was using aloe vera gel a few weeks ago. At this point, I mostly used Cactus because I didn't have aloe vera gel where I was. So maybe Cactus is the reason why my hair got thicker at the time. But I now use more of aloe vera than anything else because it's what I have outside. And the thickness of the gel just makes detangling way easier. In addition to the other benefits that we've already talked about. And if you're wondering why my hair looks almost the same or even worse than it did a year ago, it's because I went through a period where I was just overstyling my hair almost every week and it didn't like that one bit.
Reuse in other sections, but I don't want it to just keep dripping.
So if you ever learn anything from somebody that messed up today is that you should not try to slick down your hair every chance you get or braid it every other week. I'm detangling with aloe vera right here and you can see how almost easily my comb runs through. So when it comes to detangling and if you decide to use these products on the first day, I think aloe vera wins. Just because of how thick the gel consistency is the first day, I think it provides a much better sleep. And this allows the hair to slide past each other without any tangles. And with minimum shading as well. Can you believe this is all the shading I got from my full head of hair? Justice.
Now we take this off because I have had this on for about 2 hours now. 30 minutes could have been enough. This was just way too much. It feels so soft and I feel it's a great experience because it's not itchy at all as aloe vera is. Can you believe, guys, I had this for a whole 3 weeks and you can't keep aloe vera for that long, like without them drying out. And just saw that cactus leaf, it was so fresh. I kept it for almost a month and it was still that fresh.
That has been over a month and look at how this looks. Dry, right? But wait for it, wait for boom, still fresh, baby. What? Look at how fresh it is all the way. Look at that, look at that. So fresh still. Preservation wise, Cactus wins 100%.
And it still did the job and without any smell, without any itchiness. I like aloe vera, which I still love, but
Hi, I just wanted to say, editing Tinta here. I just wanted to say that the itchiness that comes with aloe vera is not going to last a long time. It's only about 30 seconds and you're done. But if you want to avoid that totally, you can just put that in water for about 30 minutes and then use it. It will not be itchy at all. Also, from personal experience, I've come to realize that not all types of aloe vera are the same. Not all of them are itchy. At the time of that recording, I was using this aloe vera and it was quite itchy. I had to put it in water and do the whole process, but sometimes just washing it is going to be enough. I just feel like the darker the leaf, the more likely it is going to be itchy. I may be right, I may be wrong. I'm just making this from the use of different types of aloe vera that I've been using over the course of I don't know how many years. But that's just something I noticed. I don't know if it's true, but that's something I noticed. I'm currently using this aloe vera and it's really small and a lot less darker. I've never experienced a day of itchiness since I began using it.
anyway, let me know if you'll be trying this because I will be trying it again. I'm going to go on a challenge to grow my hair with Cactus and come back and share with you guys the results as always. If you haven't seen my results for this other hair growth video, please go ahead and see it, because my hair grew in 1 week. Like, you should see this. Click here. Thank you. Bye.